Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another day of 31 Days of Cutfiles. Today is day 22. We are in our industrial slash steampunk week. And I think these are awesome cut files. They're very useful for so many things. But this one really spoke to me. It kind of made me think of a gauge on the dashboard of a car. I don't know why, but it did. So I am actually documenting this really sad picture, actually. um, it's a picture of the side of my parents' Suburban. And my son has been driving it. Well, my parents don't drive it anymore, so my mom gave it to my son. And he did a lot of work on it before they gave it to him, and he did a lot of work on it after they gave it to him. And it wasn't definitely not a daily driver, but he would use it quite often for all kinds of things. Now, over the years, it's like a 1997 Chevy Suburban. Over the years, that vehicle has been used for so many things in my kids' childhood, and just in my niece and nephew's childhood. We took it to all kinds of homeschooling events. We took it to all kinds of Girl Scout, Boy Scout events. And yes, it's my parents' car, but we would borrow it from them. Or a lot of times my mom would be with us because she did Girl Scouts with us. And so, yeah, it took us to Bible study and back. Anytime anybody had to haul anything, it was borrowed, all kinds of things. And my son has had it for a little while now, and he happened to be driving it he was moving it from around the corner over to the house, and the neighbor was backing her Prius up and meant to hit the brake, but she hit the gas. And she ran into the side of it. And it was rather tragic, actually. I'll tell you more about it, but in case you're wondering what I'm doing there, that was a bottle of Undo. And I can't say anything bad about that stuff. It works so well. I have nothing but good to say about it. There was a sticky adhesive label on the owner's manual. And that is what I'm cutting up here as part of the front of the owner's manual. And all I had to do is put a little Undo on that and rub it off, and it came off nice and clean. So highly recommend that stuff. I've even used it on a photo that was printed on my Canon Pro 100 on my big wide format printer, which is just an inkjet printer. And it took some adhesive off of that and didn't destroy the photo. I was so shocked and pleasantly surprised. So that's all I'm going to say about that, but that's what I was doing there. You can see I've dripped a little bit of black mixed media down the page. I've also torn that diamond plate paper and added some black ink there along the edge, and then I've obviously tucked in some black paper there. I also sprayed my cut file with some black marble dilutions. Okay. So here's what happened to the car, because I know people are going to ask. So she put on what she thought was the brake. She hit the gas, hit the side of the car. That is the damage that was done to it. My son called insurance, sent them pictures. I don't know if somebody came out to look at it. I cannot remember. But there was thousands of dollars worth of damage. And the insurance company felt it would be better to total the vehicle and get it off the road and pay him out for it rather than fix it. So that's what happened. So the title of my layout is called Killed by a Prius. I know. I mean, it really is what happened. This poor, it was in great condition. I think the only big things my parents ever really had done to it was they had a fuel pump replaced and the transmission replaced over the years. And I mean 1997, so it was a 26, almost 27-year-old car. The interior was in relatively good condition. All the seats were in great condition. There was a little, some headliner that needed some fixing and a couple of knobs that needed fixing. But, you know, for a car that old, it was in excellent condition. Especially my son went through and he like steam cleaned all of the seats and everything. Did a bunch of like deep maintenance on it in the engine and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, so it was pretty sad. I think he did some suspension work on it as well, or he was just getting ready to. So I have a picture there of the key fob, and I have a picture of this is the back seat, or the second, on the driver's side, the back door. So not the driver's door, but the one behind it. And, you know, my son was barely moving. He was he just pulled it off of, it was parked on the street and he just was coming around the corner, barely moving. And yeah, it's sad. It's kind of like the end of an era. And yeah, I had a moment over it going, oh man, it's like so disappointing, but, what can you do, right? So anyway, I have taken some chippies from Minte. I think I don't know if they're actually from the Garage collection, but they came out about that time, and that is what is underneath the cut file. I've layered it up on there, and then I've got several different die cut pieces here that I'm pulling from that are also from the Minte Garage collection, and that is where that diamond plate paper is also from. So I'm just working on layering all of that and getting it where I want it. I also know I want to use some pistons that are up at the top right corner. I'm using some tools, wrenches, gauges, and all of that kind of stuff to represent a car and maybe fixing it. I don't think that dial really actually goes with a car. That is kind of the base of that upper right hand one, but that's okay. It's very industrial looking. And in this case, I feel like my cut file is doing the work for me in this other cluster at the bottom. And the fact that it's layered, I like the way that looks also. And then that piece that just says 1997 Tahoe Suburban, that is actually the spine of the owner's manual. So I liked the fact that I could use that on this layout as well as the emblem from the Chevy logo. And then I decided to add this pipe, and now I know that is more like, or not really a car related probably pipe. It may be more plumbing related or something. I have no idea, but it goes with it very well, and I like the added little box that it made over on the side. And the reason I did the mixed media with the drips is kind of like, you know, when you have an oil leak or a transmission fluid leak and it leaks all over. That's just kind of what I wanted it to give you, that thought of something is broken. Besides my heart, you know, I know, such a silly thing to kind of like have a moment over, but you know, it was sad. It was really sad. There were so many good memories of all of the things we used to do, use that Suburban for. I mean, let alone just the family stuff, but even like Girl Scout camping. All of our camping trips, we took that Suburban, and it was great because I could fit the whole troop plus me and my mom in the car. And if my mom didn't go, another mom would go as the second chaperone. So it fit everything. I only had like 6 girls in my troop. They were all but one of them were homeschooled. And then I had a couple other girls when they were younger, but as they got older, they had too many other commitments. So it wasn't a huge troop, but it was nice because it was small and the girls were really a tight, close-knit group of girls. And we did a lot of fun ththings. But anyway, so I am just pulling out some dies to create my title. And I'm going to leave my title in white. That's just the dies that you're seeing there. I did cut them the first go around in black, thinking I would use the black. But the black it kind of just got lost up there. And I think it's just because the background is too dark. So then I decided, let me go cut it in white. And sure enough, the white was just perfect for it. I did feel a little bit like the white was a bit bright. So at one point here coming up, you're going to see me take my paintbrush, and I used a little bit of the watercolor over the top of it, very, very lightly. I think there was a little bit of the Wet Grizzly, which is kind of a brownish color, watercolor in my brush. It's almost the color of my water that you see up in the upper right hand corner, maybe a little bit darker than that. But as you can see, I kind of cleaned it off and barely tapped it into my watercolor, which is sitting at the top of my desk off camera, and just went over it very lightly. While I go ahead and put those letters down, I wanted to remind you that there are a bunch of people playing along with 31 Days of Cutfiles. I know MK's got a video for you today, and there is a playlist down below for all of the other people that could potentially be, or that are playing along. They will have added their videos to that, hopefully, so that you can go and get all kinds of inspiration on how to use these cut files. If you are not using these cut files, you are still welcome to play along and go join our Facebook group so that you can get all kinds of inspiration on how to use other cut files, including these ones. It doesn't matter if they are the ones that we had kitted up and available for purchase, but you're welcome to play along with your own cut files as well. So all of the links are down below for that. If you're interested, you can check them out there. So I'm thinking that is pretty much it. I do end up pulling the owner's manual piece off the front. It was, I think, right above where the Chevy logo was. So I'm trying to decide if I want to use it. I do end up using the piece that says Chevrolet Suburban on it. I guess it says Tahoe Suburban. So I end up using that, but I don't end up using the other pieces. I did add a bunch of journaling there at the bottom. I had plenty of space on the background to go ahead and add that. And that is it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you have questions or comments, you can leave those down below. I'm happy to respond as quickly as I can, which I'm a little bit behind on at this point in time, but I will respond to you. So just be patient, please. Thanks so much for watching and choosing my channel today. I do really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. See you then. Bye-bye.